You ever have a morning where the universe just decides, hey, let's see how much patience you really have? That's how mine started. The HOA president screaming, "You're obstructing an emergency inspection across my yard like I just committed grand larceny," over a patch of grass that, I kid you, not barely scraped past 4 inches tall. There I was, Marcus Williams, still gripping my lawnmower like a shield, watching Rebecca Turner blazer clipboard red whistle shining in the sun stomp across my property line like she owned the zip code. She whipped out her phone thumb, hovering over 911, face so serious you'd think I was hiding radioactive waste, not a couple stray dandelions. But here's the part that still gives me chills. The voice that picked up on that 911 call. Calm, professional way, too familiar. Like fate playing a little joke just for me. I couldn't quite place it, but my gut said this was about to go sideways in ways Rebecca never saw coming. If you've ever had a neighbor so wound up about HOA rules, they treat every minor thing like a federal offense. Yeah, you know exactly what I mean. Saturday mornings in suburbia are supposed to be slow and easy, right? Not here. 7 a.m. sharp. Rebecca's striding up clipboard ready, all business. Your grass exceeds neighborhood rules by at least 2 inches, she announces, like she's leading a military raid. I'm here to record violations. She's got the badge, the blazer, the attitude. Only thing missing is a siren. I take one look at my yard, and honestly, it's not winning any landscaping awards, but it's not the apocalypse either. Maybe 3.5 inches tops. It's grass, Rebecca, not a sinkhole. And per the bylaws, which trust me I've memorized, she's supposed to give me notice. But rules are just suggestions to people like her. She waves off my protest, urgent situations override procedure. She insists all safety concern this and property values that. You ever notice how people like her say safety when what they really mean is control? She made it sound like I was personally tanking the whole neighborhood's resale value by taking 1 extra day to mow. I try to keep my cool. Rebecca, I was about to mow, just give me 20 minutes. She's not having it. She wants documentation now. Wants to measure, photograph, build her little file. I get the feeling this isn't about my grass at all. Nope, I tell her, blocking her path. You're not coming onto my property without proper notice. That's not how this works. For the first time, I see her mask slip. The smile fades, her jaw sets. She's here for a fight. Then I'll have to escalate this to city responders. Refusal to meet safety standards requires instant intervention. She's already dialing, fingers flying. And there it is, the neighborly chat turned SWAT standoff, just like that. Now I know what you're thinking. Who actually calls 911 over grass? Rebecca Turner, that's who. She's got her official tone cranked up to max. This is Rebecca Turner, president of Meadowbrook Hills, HOA. She announces to the dispatcher like she's announcing a state of emergency. I need urgent response for a neighborhood safety violation. Resident at 1247 Oak Street is refusing compliance with neighborhood standards. You could practically hear the dispatcher blinking on the other end. Ma'am, can you clarify the nature of the call? Are there injuries or immediate threats? That voice, again, somewhere in my memory, that voice. Rebecca's not fazed. Property maintenance violations threaten neighborhood welfare, she insists. Resident refuses inspection access for documented safety issues. She's spinning this like I'm hiding a meth lab, not mowing my lawn late. I can hear the operator typing, probably rolling their eyes. Ma'am, is anyone hurt? Is there instant danger to life or property? Nope. Danger to neighborhood rules and property values, she says, doubling down. I'm just standing there feeling like I've stepped into an episode of Cops, but with more grass clippings and less crime. An officer will be dispatched, the operator finally says. Can you remain on scene? Rebecca snaps a quick, I'll be here, recording violations, then starts snapping photos like she's building an FBI file on me. Meanwhile, I'm leaning on my mower, trying not to laugh or scream. 10 minutes later, here comes Officer Davis, local cop, solid guy. But you can see he's about as excited as someone headed into a parent-teacher conference about a stolen pencil. Ma'am, you called about a safety concern. He's polite, but his eyes are already saying, Seriously. Rebecca launches into her spiel about my grass community standards non-compliance the whole parade. Davis just looks at my lawn, then at me, then back at her. Ma'am, this appears to be an HOA dispute, not an urgent situation. For property inspections, you need to provide written notice to residents. That's standard procedure. Rebecca's confidence falters. Officer Davis isn't new to this. Turns out this is the third 911 call from Rebecca this month. She's been using emergency services like her own personal HOA enforcement squad. Mrs. Turner 911 is for real crisis. HOA disputes need to go through proper channels. You could see the gears turning, Rebecca realizing maybe she'd gone a step too far. Officer Davis turns to me. Sir, you are not required to allow property inspection without proper written notice. If you have concerns about HOA procedures, you can file a complaint with the city. He gives me a look, half sympathy, half sorry you got dragged into this circus. Rebecca storms off, but you can tell she's not finished. I fire up the mower finally, but that dispatcher's voice still nags at me. Where have I heard it before? That night, my wife Sarah comes home from her 911 operator shift looking wiped. Rough night, I ask. Oh, calls about neighborhood lawn emergencies. Sometimes I wonder what people think 911 is for. It clicks. That was her. My own wife had taken Rebecca's fake emergency call about our lawn. Monday morning. The doorbell rings. Officer Davis again, this time with a city code officer in tow. Paperwork thick enough to choke a horse. Marcus Williams, we're here to assess systematic misuse of emergency services. Mrs. Turner's filed 22 reports in 2 days. Everything from electrical to fire safety to, your grass. Turns out she's built a paper trail so big it looks like I'm running an underground casino. Davis assures me we can prove malice. This isn't about the grass. It's organized harassment and fraud. The code officer checks my house, shakes his head. No violations, nothing out of the ordinary. Sarah, meanwhile, has been tracking Rebecca's fake invoices and fabricated fines. She pulls up invoices with threats of property liens, fake HOA fees. Marcus, this is wire fraud. We're bringing in the DA. I'm just trying to keep my breakfast down at this point. Then the twist, Rebecca starts posting online. Neighborhood social pages fill up with her rants about dangerous houses and non-conforming residents. She targets minority families, first the Latino family before me, now me, an African-American homeowner, and Mrs. Henderson across the street, who's Asian. Luke from 2 blocks over chimes in. He's seen the pattern too. Rebecca's campaign is about exclusion, not safety. The kicker, Rebecca's not just filing fake reports herself, she's coaching others. I catch her telling Tom Wilson from Pine Street, just say neighborhood hazard when you call, they'll respond faster. I record the whole thing. Sarah starts building a federal case. Then comes the children's parade. Innocent fun, right? Except I hear a 7-year-old whisper, "That's the dangerous house," pointing at mine. Rebecca's been teaching the kids that families like mine don't fit the community profile. She's got poster boards, handouts, even skits about calling 911 for unsafe lawns. Parents start getting nervous, some angry. Mrs. Patterson confronts her. "Why are you teaching my daughter to call 911 for neighbor disagreements?" The auditorium falls silent. Officer Davis enters citation book in hand. "Mrs. Turner, you're being cited for systematic abuse of emergency services. You'll need to appear in court." Sarah stands up, tells everyone the truth. 15 fake calls, all traced to Rebecca. Fast forward, Rebecca's crimes catch up to her. She pleads guilty to emergency services abuse, fraud, criminal harassment. The judge slaps her with fines, community service, and a permanent ban from HOA leadership. She packs her things, red whistle gone, neighborhood breathing easier. Luke steps up as interim HOA president, implements real procedures, written notice appeals, zero tolerance for bogus emergencies. The new board includes Mrs. Henderson and Tom Wilson. Together they start an actual emergency awareness program, real education for kids, not Rebecca's twisted surveillance. Months pass. The neighborhood changes, more diverse families move in, welcomed with vegetables and smiles, not threats and clipboards. Community days turn into celebrations of what makes us different, not excuses for division. Officer Davis drops by for a burger off duty, for once laughing as kids play, nobody looking for violations. Rebecca's red whistle is just a memory, a symbol of power abused, now replaced by the simple sound of neighbors talking over fences. If there's a lesson, it's that real community comes from mutual respect, not manufactured control. Authority doesn't mean intimidation. Emergency services aren't there to be weaponized against people you don't like. They're for real emergencies, real people, real lives. So have you ever seen someone confuse emergency services with personal customer support? Because that's what she did, turned real help into her own megaphone of control. Watching that red whistle disappear wasn't just revenge, it was balance restored. Maybe the lesson is power doesn't make you right. It just shows who you are when no one stops you. If you made it this far, I gotta know, how did this story hit you? Ever seen an HOA president lose it? Drop your stories, your thoughts, your wildest neighborhood moments in the comments below. And hey, keep your grass trimmed and your peace intact.